Imagine standing on the rain-soaked field of Agincourt, 1415. The air reeks of mud and iron. Around you, 6,000 English longbowmen, their fingers calloused from a lifetime of training, draw strings with the force of a modern-day truck suspension. Across the field, 30,000 French knights in glistening armor charge, only to be shredded by arrows punching through steel at 180 feet per second. This is the brutal reality of the English longbow. A 6-foot-tall monster of yew wood. But why yew? Its sapwood resists tension. Its heartwood compresses. Nature's perfect composite. Medieval laws required Englishmen to practice archery weekly. Skeletons of these archers reveal twisted spines and enlarged left arms, permanent deformities from wielding 150-pound draw weights. Yet for all its power, the longbow had a fatal flaw. It demanded decades of training. A weapon that birthed legends and broke bodies. Now let's dissolve into the misty mountains of feudal Japan, where archery isn't war, it's philosophy. Enter the yumi, a bow that defies symmetry. At 7 feet, its grip sits 2/3 down the lower limb, allowing samurai to fire from horseback without snagging the horse's neck. But the real magic is in the bamboo. Harvested in winter to avoid insect damage, laminated with lacquer-soaked leather, then cured for years. The result? A bow that flexes like a wave, storing energy in its very soul. In Kyudo, the way of the bow, archers meditate for hours before releasing a single arrow. Precision matters, but so does the shin, heart. During the Genpei War, the legendary samurai Nasu no Yoichi, blindfolded by his general, sank an arrow into a distant fan on a ship, a shot that still chills spines today. The yumi wasn't just a weapon. It was a mirror reflecting Japan's obsession with balance. But balance means nothing on the Mongolian steppe, where survival demands speed. Here, the Mongol composite bow reigns, a masterpiece of biomechanics. Sinew from deer tendons glued to the back, horn from Siberian ibex on the belly, all wrapped in birch bark. Unstrung, it coils forward like a sleeping serpent. Strung, its recurves snap back with 166 joules of energy, rivaling a .45 caliber bullet. Genghis Khan's cavalry carried 3 of these, firing 12 arrows a minute while galloping at 40 mph. Their trick? The thumb draw. Unlike European fingers, the Mongol thumb ring allowed rapid, silent releases. At the Battle of Mohi, they tied bells to arrows to panic enemy horses, then shot Hungarian knights through vision slits in their helmets. This bow didn't just kill. It invented psychological warfare. Cross now to the Great Plains of 1700s America, where the Comanche wield a weapon as fluid as the wind. The horsebow. At just 3 feet, carved from juniper heartwood, backed with buffalo sinew, it's small enough to fire under a horse's neck. Comanche boys learned to shoot while hanging from their mounts' sides, using the horse as a shield. A skilled warrior could loose 20 arrows in a minute, each striking a target the size of a silver dollar at 50 yards. But these bows were more than tools. They were alive. Before hunting, tribes prayed over the sinew, thanking the buffalo for its sacrifice. The Lakota even painted their bows with sacred symbols, believing each arrow carried the spirit of the animal whose feathers fletched it. In a clash of cultures, these bows humiliated Custer's Gatling guns at Little Bighorn. Proof that tradition can outgun technology. Finally, to the frozen fjords of the Vikings, a people remembered for axes, but forged by bows. Viking bows were humble, D-shaped elm staves, unadorned, unassuming. Yet in 2016, archaeologists found a 10th century Norse arrowhead lodged in a Swedish skull from 150 yards away. How? Viking bows exploited elm's natural elasticity, creating a stacking effect where the draw weight spikes suddenly. Brutal to shoot, but deadly. During the raid on Lindisfarne in 793 CE, Vikings used fire arrows wrapped in hemp soaked in fish oil to burn monasteries, their version of napalm. But these bows weren't just for war. In Greenland's icy wastes, a single missed shot at a caribou meant starvation. Every bowstring was a gut cord, every arrowhead a family heirloom. A Viking bow wasn't a weapon, it was a lifeline. So, which bow truly shaped history? The longbow that democratized power? The yumi that fused death and beauty? The Mongol bow that conquered the largest empire in history? The Comanche bow that turned horses into tanks? Or the Viking bow that turned farmers into warriors? The answer, all of them. Because each culture's bow reveals its deepest truths. The English valued collective discipline. The Japanese sought perfection. The Mongols worshipped speed. Native Americans honored symbiosis. The Vikings embraced pragmatism. Next time you see a bow, remember, it's not just wood and string. It's a civilization's heartbeat frozen in time. If you could wield one of these bows in battle, which would it be? Let's debate in the comments. Smash that like button if you're awed by ancient engineering. And subscribe for more journeys into the forgotten corners of history. Until next time, keep your arrows sharp and your curiosity sharper.